Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In case you're new here, my name is Lorena and I love to share my recipes with you. And if you've been here before, then hello again. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pâte brisée, which is a type of sweet pastry dough that you will find that is nice and crunchy. It's a short crust pastry type, so it's more of a cookie. It's really crispy, it gets very golden, and it's much more compact than the one that you get for a pie, for example, where your butter is cold. In this case, our butter is actually soft at room temperature. This dough is really lovely. It's my favorite dough for tarts, but it has a bit of a restraint. So this dough will not work for anything that is too deep or has too much moisture in it, because it's like a cookie. So if you imagine putting a cookie inside hot liquid, it will fall apart, right? So for example, peach pies or apple pies, all these fruits that release a lot of water, this is not good for. But it is really good for frangipane, or if you want to just bake the tart shell and then fill it up with something that is cold, that is really good for this tart. I love it for lemon pie, for example. I love it for frangipane, like I told you before, or for a ganache tart. This would really work well as well. As always, if you want to see the full recipe, all you need to do is click on the link in the description box below, and that will take you to the blog where you will find lots more recipes. Also, if you like this video, if you like tarts, if you like basic recipes, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it already. I'm now going to make this tart dough, pâte brisée, so if you want to see how it's done, then keep on watching this video. So to begin, I have here my butter, which is soft at room temperature. And I do have to say that, of course, out there in the internet, you'll find lots of different recipes for this. There are a few that add also almond flour to the flour, but I wanted to show you one that I know that for me it works every single time, and I go to this every time that I want to make something yummy. It's also good that the leftover dough makes a really nice cookie. We start the dough by creaming the butter with the sugar and the salt. You want it to look really nice and creamy and of course homogeneous. Then we're going to add the egg and we're going to beat it in as well. First you're going to see like it has split, but after a while you will see that it will come together and become creamy once again. Next I'm going to add the flour, and this one I'm going to mix in with a spatula. Now once the spatula doesn't help anymore, I'm going to go in with my hands to finish mixing. I place the dough on top of the table, and then you want to keep on mixing until it's nice and homogeneous and it's also not sticking to your hands. So here you don't want to over knead, you just want to do it enough so that it comes together nicely, but you don't want to work the gluten too much or it will become tough. Now our dough is ready, so we're going to roll it out in between two sheets of baking paper, and this is because the dough is so buttery that it's actually really hard to work it on a surface. So you want to roll it out until it's 2 millimeters thick, which is quite thin, and you also want to make sure that whatever shape you're rolling it out to, it fits into your fridge. The reason why I tell you to roll it out to 2 millimeters is because you want it to be nice and thin so that it looks delicate, but not overly thin so that it becomes too fragile. Once you have rolled it out, then it's going to go into the fridge for at least 2 hours. You want it to be nice and hard, and also it can be up to 2 days. You want the dough to lay flat in your fridge, so I place this on top of a cutting board before placing it into the fridge. Once it has come out of the fridge, you want to unstick the paper on both sides before cutting it. So for this tart, I'm going to use a pastry ring, but of course you can also use a fluted-sided pan that's for pie. And in that case, you would use the unmoldable base of that pan to cut out the size of the dough that you need for the base. But in this case, I'm only going to use the ring to cut it out. Now I'm going to cut the paper around the ring so that this paper is going to be the one that is going to be baked on. So I'm going to move this over to a dish that will be able to fit into my freezer. Now we're going to go on to the sides. You want to cut strips of dough that are a bit thicker than the height of the ring or the pan that you're using, and this is because we're then going to cut it to size. The strips are going to be pressed slightly along the sides of the ring or on the pan that you're using, but ever so slightly so that you don't actually leave a mark on them, but hard enough so that it sticks in place. We're going to attach one to the next until we have reached the end. For the very last strip, you're going to put it in place and then cut it to size using the start of the first strip that we laid out. You want to press the strips together, but also press it against the base so that you make sure that it sticks in place. And you'll realize that this feels exactly like Play-Doh. Once it's done, you're going to use a knife to cut off the excess of dough around the edge so that it's completely leveled to the size of the ring or of your pan. Now it's going to go into a freezer for 1 hour. This will help it not shrink too much when it's baked. And so there you want it to be for 1 hour or maximum of 2 days. Before baking it, I'm going to poke a few holes in it with a fork, and then it's going to be baked for 15 to 18 minutes. And as you can see, it's really lovely and golden, and because it does shrink a little, you can just remove the ring from it. So here we are, this is our tart shell. It looks so pretty, it has the perfect right angles on the sides, and I will say that if you're watching this because you plan to start selling or sell pastry items, you can actually charge a bit of a premium because you're using something like a tart ring and you get the nice perfect straight angles on the side like a French pastry shop. You can charge a bit more for that rather than using a regular pie mold. So keep that in mind if you are planning on selling these. This was my Pâte Brisée recipe. I really hope you liked it. If you did like it, don't forget to put a thumbs up to this video and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it already. It's free and only one click away by clicking where it says subscribe and also clicking the bell for getting notifications whenever I upload a new video. Also stay tuned because on Sunday I'm going to be uploading a recipe for crème pâtissière or pastry cream, and I'm going to turn this into a pastry cream and strawberry tart in case you're interested. And of course, if you're watching this from more than a week from now, then it should be up. If you make this recipe, don't forget to send me a photo of it or upload it to your social media using the hashtag RecipeCJ and tagging me on them. If you want more recipes, tips, and content from me, don't forget to follow me on my other social media. I will leave them right here. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.